Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play Toram Online on the computer using an Android emulator. This one in particular has some great features that help make the transition from mobile to PC fairly smooth. So first things first, you're going to want to download Nox Player. You'll find a link in the description down below. Once you have that installed, you're going to want to set it up. So just click up here in this corner and open it up. Now, once you have that open, you're going to want to make sure your settings are the same as mine. That is to say, these settings work for my computer, which is running Windows 10. Now, under Advanced Settings, make sure Mobile Phone is selected next to Startup Settings. Now then, we're going to move over to these next settings, and now I found for me, the sound effects in the game didn't play until I set the phone model to something newer. For me, that was the Samsung SMG930V. It worked perfectly, so make sure to enter that name in. I'll also put that down in the description for you to paste. This other stuff isn't very important for this tutorial, so we're just going to skip it for now. You can go back and play around with it later. So next, you're going to want to open the Play Store and grab the game. Around here, if it's your first time, you're going to want to log into your Google account and then update the Play Store. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do anything. So just do that and then grab Toram Online. Toram, I don't know how to say it, but let's move on. Now then, we're going to go back to the main menu of this thing and run the game. So let's get that going. So it'll probably give you a few startup messages, maybe one or two that you have to hit OK on. It's totally fine. And as we're logging in here, you can see these little boxes, these little opaque boxes and things. I'm going to explain those in a minute, but for now let's just fully log in and take a look at things. So let's just hit start. So here you have the game. It seems to be running pretty fine. As you can see, the mouse pointer is, for all intents and purposes, a finger, so you can move it around. Yeah, you can move the screen up and down, left and right by, dragging along the rest of the screen. It's the same thing for movement. You just tap down where your finger would be and move it around. It's a finger. But that's not very smooth for a PC game, right? I mean, we can also click on things like a finger, but again, having to do everything just by the mouse is not fun. So here I'm going to show you what those boxes are by clicking up here in this corner right here, this button right here. Now you can see the layout menu. Here is where we can set up hotkeys to mimic finger swipes and finger clicks. So let's go back in here. As you can see over here, this is where you can get specific things. First, let's get the movement pad. This is very important, so you just grab it and then drag and drop it right around where the movement is supposed to be done. And now, using WASD, we can move like in a normal game. The great thing about this specific option is it allows you to also move diagonally by holding the default keys, like A and W will go upper left, W and D will go upper right, that sort of thing. Another thing is, as you can see here, we can drag and then drop and then set a key, and the green arrow or green line represents the finger movement, and it doesn't really matter the speed. I mean, I'm fairly certain that the faster you do it, the faster the response of the key. So if you hold the button down, see, it goes fairly slow, and then the other one that I set up, it goes almost immediately. Now, using that, we can select how fast it swipes. So what I've done to the top is I've set it to where the rotation is for both Q and E and left and right arrow keys. So that way, if I want, I can just hold Q or hold E when using full keyboard to rotate the screen while also moving with WASD, or I can use the arrow keys as well to move left and right. So, for example, if I'm using the mouse, I can rotate the screen with Q and E, but if I'm doing full keyboard, I can use the arrow keys instead of Q and E and have more range of motion. Now, as you can see, the movement works, it's fluid, we can move the screen. This is all being done using the keys that I've set, and it's pretty fluid now, right? It's so much better than just using the mouse. So now over here, we're going to set up list and action and all of these keys. List is how you use abilities, so let's open that up and go back into the layout. So here I set them up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to close I set it up as the R key. So that way F opens it, R closes it, they're fairly close, fairly easy, and I can easily activate the abilities with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it opens smoothly, it works, I'm using ability now, it's good. So now that we have that done, another thing, as you can see on the action, the number 3 ability is also on action, so when the list isn't open, we can also use the 3 key to activate actions, but we can also set another one if we want to spacebar. So now either 3 or spacebar will use the action, which allows you to talk to NPCs, activate objects, or even just target a enemy to attack physically if you double click it. So as you can see, the Nox player has a lot of functionality that can really turn this mobile game into a PC MMORPG, which I feel is more fluid than just using your fingers or a mouse pointer. You can mess around with some of the settings later on, but this general setup, enter for chat, tilde key for menu, this is perfect for just the base game and being able to start off and play. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in game.